So playing Talos Principle 2 kind of put me on a bit of a solar punk dive, you know, trying to find some other games that are kind of a similar, you know, aesthetic or just kind of those vibes. And Terra Nil looked kind of interesting. It seemed like an interesting concept. So I thought we would give it a spin. We'll see how things pan out. I've seen things being kind of mixed. It sort of depends on... It seems like the kind of game where you either really like it or you really don't like it. Because it's either a game loop that you can vibe with or it's a game loop that you don't care for. The healthy thing for them, it's enriching for cooped up sick rocks. Oh, that's good to know. Let's select a new profile. François, Italiano, Deutsch, Espanol, Latin. Interesting they have España and Latino Americana. So that's Polski, so this is probably Greek? I want to say that's Greek because of that O. Hey, Portuguese. These things, which I have trouble discerning between, even though I know the characters are very different, I just start glazing over when it comes to the character type languages. Interesting. So I assume this is one of the Middle Eastern languages that is right to left. And the fact it flips the screen is kind of neat. Anyway, I don't know why I wanted to whip through all the languages, but that was kind of a neat thing to notice. Go visit Gardo Preservation Place. I mean, I feel like it's always nice to visit and support conservation efforts. I know one of the reptile shows I went to before I moved, one of the people had a Texan indigo that had been seized from an illegal breeder who had captured a bunch of animals and such to breed and sell. And it was such a beautiful snake. Oh, I wish I could have had one. But again, I mean, it's sort of the thing. It's like it's an endangered or a threatened species. You know, there's a reason you can't own it legally. And it is such a pretty fucking snake. All the indigos are pretty good. Ariels are down under 1K wild estimated. Oh, that is kind of sad to hear. But you know what? That's perfect for this game, because this game is about coming to a desolate land and rebuilding. What's this? A book? Beginner's Guide to Ecosystem Restoration. Ah, yes. Obligatory tutorial. 1 second. Let me put the goop on hidden, because I need to fix the goop. I don't know why it's not centered right. Something's a little jank. I don't know what. We don't know exact numbers, but they have grown in population since 2006. Well, I hope things can be on the upswing. There's a lot of really great animals. And, you know, because we take active efforts in destroying their environments, we kind of need to take active efforts in restoring their environments. Or, you know, keeping them alive. This book serves as a guide to the intricate process of restoring an environment from a wasteland to a thriving ecosystem. The process is not always easy. And even with this guide, you will need to experiment to understand exactly what needs to be done. In the pages that follow, you will find descriptions of the regions, flora, and fauna you are likely to encounter. The book also contains blueprints for machines and structures that will help you in your task. If you're successful, you will eventually no longer need this book. When that happens, I ask that you pass it along, that it may serve someone else. Good luck with your journey of restoration. Garls are literal most ancient species known today. We got... I thought that was like just general crocodiles or sharks. Sorry, I got feeling real like burpy today for some reason. Coffee's being weird. Saltwater's garls and sharks. Okay, so I was in the right ballpark. I want to create beautiful, vibrant landscapes. I want to restore biodiversity and balance the environment. I want to rebuild the ecosystem with sophisticated machines. You can be a gardener, an ecologist, or an environmental engineer. I don't know what these functionally mean. We'll go with ecologist, because that sounds like normal. I don't know if, like... I don't know. Oh, okay, so it's actually going to tell us... Recycling when out of resources. Starting resources. Base building. Zen mode. What is Zen mode? Okay, so building... This doesn't have building unlock objectives. Does not have tutorials. Alright, so we'll start with ecologist. Garls have direct DNA relative we can compare to with near identical skeletal structure. Interesting. Okay. Alright, we can pan by moving to the edge. Or the middle mouse button. And WASD. Alright. We can zoom out or in. Alright, let's start with a turbine. Alright, it needs to be on a platform. Alright, so it's gonna kind of hand wave that we have electricity, I guess. Okay. We have electricity. We need some toxin scrubbers. We want them as far away from the turbine as possible. I see. Okay, so it's just gonna... Okay. I do like these little animations. You know, we place it. It does this little leaf thing to come in. We get a nice little piano. Oink. Some buildings can be rotated. Okay. I see. Oh, this building has like a varied set of options. Clean soil provides perfect place to grow greenery. Greenery provides resources. All right, so we need 3 irrigators. So it requires... Okay, hold on. So it provides soil. So it turns wasteland into soil. This irrigator will turn soil into greenery and resources. We can see... All right, never mind. That didn't actually block things. All right, so then we go like this. All right, so we've irrigated all of this greenery. Starting to look pretty nice. Target greenery coverage percentage. Filling this is your primary goal. Okay. Begin with, get our greenery to 30%. Okay. Well, this last 30% is going to be kind of inefficient. Considering it's sort of the corners on the edges. We're going to have to maybe do a turbine maybe here. We build one of these way over here. Then we can build an irrigator here. Yes. Actually, we could build it here. Now, if I do things in the opposite, so let's build this here and this here. Will this retroactively? It will not. Okay, so order of placement is going to matter for us. Now we don't have this area irrigated. Noted. Let's put this here. Put another one over here. Then an irrigator. Like this. Put that here. Ah. So I should have irrigated to the north. Oh, that's just the tutorial. Oh, we have unlocked a few things. We need to reclaim 121 more greenery to unlock. All right. It's going to... How can we be efficient here? What kind of tile is this? It seems like this guy is not... It might be like a river or something, because like we can put it up and it's going to soilify areas down. Oh, and it looks like the turbine has a maximum of 6 connections. All right, that's good to know. I guess we could plant another turbine here. Put a toxin scrubber over here. And then we put a toxin scrubber here. No, let's put it up here. We could put another wind turbine, and we put an irrigator. Oh, I didn't need the turbine. Whoops. Undo. Glad that there's an undo button, though. I see I have messed myself up. I'm gonna have a little bit of overlap. All right, that'll give us 131 tiles. We get our new building. Water pump. Fills dry riverbeds. Riverbanks are cleansed by water. Range is extended by elevation. Dry riverbed. All right, so that specifically is dry riverbed. So if it's extended by elevation, we want to put a pump here or here. Let's put one over here. We'll do that. Nice, nice, nice. Now, what if I put one over here as well? Not much more range, to be honest. So the real play is to put it over here, I think. Yeah, this should fill the rest of the river. Ah, we're missing a tiny bit over here. That bugs me. That's fine. All right, we got our next one. Calcifier. Crystallizes rock from nearby greenery. Ooh, so this way we can now make rocks that we can build from. That's nice, because we kind of have like a dead zone over here. So let's calcify right here. Okay, so this does reduce our greenery, which means the maps are probably going to have more tiles than is needed, unless there's a way we can convert rocks back into greenery. Let's put this guy here. I need to put a toxin scrubber to cover this little place. If I put a toxin scrubber over at this place. What if I put not a water pump? I need the irrigator. All right, so the irrigator does basically go over walls. So it is really just a giant horizontal bar of whatever flavor. Noted. Might be more efficient if I did irrigator over here, however. Get like all of these tiles. We need... The fact that I keep missing these tiny one-off tiles bugs my aesthetics. But, you know, I kind of feel like that's in theme with the game. In that things aren't going to be nice and pretty. Things are not going to align. And you just create things that work within the construct. One over there. One over here. One. Yeah, like right there. Do another irrigator. Try and get our maximum. We are getting close, I feel. You could put this here. And then we put this one right. And let's put it right here. Hey, Ketsuko. Hey, welcome on by to Miji. I am technically not a Ketsuko. More closely related to your Mangader. I cannot fly. I am simply a worm. Definitely did get inspiration from Quetzalcoatl. My base model is a South American boa, and the Hog Island boa is very light. It's very tans and browns, and I want a bit of a color. So, you know, Quetzalcoatl is very vibrant. A very good inspiration for adding a splash of color. And I think it worked pretty good as a combination. It's very cute. Aw, thank you. It was made by the wonderful Sapphire or Shadow Phoenix, or depends on what platform you run into them on. All right. Excavator creates new riverbed, but poisons the land around it. Can be rotated. Oof. That's rough. Well, we're pretty close to the goal on this one, actually. Let's try... Hold on. What I need is... what do I need? I think I need a river to create... No, I don't. I can just calcify here. There we go. Now we have an electrical we can put over here. From Mexico, that's what you look like. Quetzalcoatl. Yeah. I've definitely been running with a lot of the Mesoamerican stuff. So it is certainly meant for a degree. Is a lot of cool stuff. I would say the only thing that's really frustrating, that's been hard sometimes, is a lot of Mesoamerican stuff gets reduced down to fighty war Aztec, and it's sometimes hard to find just really general cultural, you know, clothing or styles or stuff like that. Like trying to find other stuff for references and to go with has been kind of difficult, to be honest. Hey, welcome to Ziggurat to Magi. Hope you enjoy your time here. You cannot drill. When it rains, the ground recovers itself. Okay, it's very smart. I'm sure you'll love it here. I am merely the fusion of many intelligent persons. All right, so if I do, man, we've gotten really squiggly here. I'm pretty sure that's the technical term. What is my most efficient plays here? Oh, thank you for the head pats. How on by, Zeta Cat? Hope y'all are having a fantastic...
Hold on, give me a second.
No, not the frogs!
Oh crap! Oh my frogs! Shit!
Pokemon, you fool! You mad lad! How could you? Why have you betrayed me this way? Oh, we'll get 101%. At the very colorful boot noodle. All right. Ooh. Oh, I love this art. Oh, this is so beautiful. Temperate. Reclaiming the landscape will involve wind turbines for power, toxin scrubbers to clean soil, and water pumps to restore the rivers. The next steps to creating a temperate forest are not always straightforward, and you may need to use controlled fires before the trees can thrive. Oh, thank you for the boops. Got some frogs. Got some mushrooms, a bunch of flowers. Ooh, is that a little... No, that looks like a... I thought that was a hummingbird for a second, but no, that's a flower. Once the backbone of the ecosystem is thriving, your next step is to increase the diversity of growing plants. Introduce some fibose, wetlands, and forests. You also need to begin to pay attention to the local climate. I see. Found homes for the 6 baby rainbow boas, by the way. And some folks here in me. Ah, that is good to hear. I hope they have some wonderful homes they're going to. Got a new handheld, the Amnebic RG35. Basically play N64DS. Ooh, that is really cool. I've been seeing some people getting some of those modded handhelds for... I think the one I recently saw was like a Game Boy one, because it has like a little emulator inside it with a whole bunch of Game Boy and Game Boy Advanced games. It's real nice seeing a lot of those things being preserved. I love that those are happening. And I don't know. I just really hate old games going to dust just because they won't get reprinted or remade. All right, so we got buildings. I love how we have like these art sketches of them. Aminals. Ooh. Pretty. Index. All right. Oh, wait. Oh, does the page change every time we flip to it? Oh, no, just... Okay, I flip between the pages by clicking on them. Okay, the rest are locked. Refitted 3DS XL. Got the port from Port Life. Nice. Nice. All right, phase 2. Hydroponium. Low ground irrigated water will make wetland. And a beehive. Bees! Will create Fimboss flowers. All right, so first, we're going with a hydroponium. Nani, why can't I place it anywhere? Oh, it goes inside of the irrigator. I see. I see. Okay. So let's put an irrigator, not a water. I keep clicking the water pump when I mean irrigator. This will give us some greenery anyway. And then we can turn this irrigator into the hydroponium. Ooh. Hey, and we got resources back. Look at our little swamp that's developing here. Ooh. Interesting. Wonder what it's doing. Is it... So I'm wondering if the way the idea behind the hydroponium is that it has a bunch of plants that it is intermittently filling with water, and that's how it's sort of making stuff for a wetland. Ooh, I like how when you zoom in, things get super detailed, like we get these cattails and things like that. Nice little rendering daisy. Pog. Yeah, let's make some bees. Actually, let me irrigate this area first, because we're going to need to make more hydroponiums, apparently. So let's irrigate here as well. Hydroponic. Hydroponic. Ooh. Now we'll put a bee here. Ah. They're gonna be kind of competing areas. Ooh, we have some birds. All right, we need to also make this place irrigated to an extent. Let me calcify. Yeah, I need to calcify because I need a wind turbine like right. Ah! Hey, Mina. Welcome on by. Hope you enjoy your time in the ziggurat. All right, so we'll put it offset a little bit because I think my irrigator, I'm gonna want to put it right around here. We'll irrigate this land as well. All right, and then we'll make ourselves some wabwa. Actually, hold on. No, yeah. Let's try and get as much as we can. I do this. Then I do another one over here. Oh, Duringar, I am afraid you are gone into the void. Now, before you can get back to the void, I'm going to need you to properly terraform a planet while inside there. I feel like it's just in the spirit of the game, you know? So, once you've gone around and done that, then we can let you return, I think. All right. We make all this green. And then we drop another hydroponics. This one will go here. Chice. All right, so I'll put this one here. We'll release the bees. Bees! The bee's knees. Solar amplifier. Ooh. Focuses sunlight, allowing for the starting of a controlled burn. Ooh. Provides sunlight. Ashy nutrients. I see. It really is taking into account a lot of the different angles of the eco cycle. Yes, I'm calling it the eco cycle. All right. Try and irrigate here. And then we're going to... there is a tree here. I'm trying to see where might be a good place for more, because we need a lot more wetlands. Like, I could put tree over here. Actually, wait. Yeah, that'll give us, I think, 100% for trees. So let me put this over here. We'll irrigate it. I placed that poorly. Dreki, you fool. Absolute fool. All right. So we have all the bees. Now we need all the wetlands. If I put this... I put the irrigator here. How is that minus 50? Oh, I think it's like resources, because that doesn't really do anything. And then if I turn it into wetlands... All right. That was not as effective as I was hoping. What if I turn this one into a wetland? I can't? Oh, because it needs to be next to a river. Now we find a use for the excavator. Right. So let's... If I do this. All right. We've made a river. Now we're going to send that river the other direction. Right after I calcify some of these. So I can build a turbine. Ah. This thing does not fire as far as I thought it would. I see. All right, so we'll do another round. We'll calcify right here at the end. I can put a turbine and do another bit of toxin scrubbers. Uh-oh, we are getting low on resources. Plus 85. Plus 3. And then we turn this one into a wetlands. All right, and that just leaves forest. So I guess we need to start burning some places? Question mark. This seems like a good area to burn. Activate ability. Start a controlled burn in nearby 5 nos. Fire will burn sparse vegetation, but will leave behind nutritious ash. Wait, 5 nos. I see. All right, so we're gonna put a beehive over here. Undo. We can do that better. We can do better. Dreki, we can do better. All right, first we're gonna 1, 2, 3. Wait, why can't I put this? I don't under. Oh, because it's not. It's not. No. How is this not toxin scrubbed? What happened here? Oh, right. The excavator blasted it. Right. So we need to re-scrub it. Noted. Okay, now we put the irrigator out. Let's just do... Yeah, sure. All right, we'll put a beehive here. Let's do a controlled burn. Oh, no. Oh, no. Ah, I see. I thought it would only burn on the 5 nos. Nope. That's just where it starts to burn. Also destroyed all my buildings. Cool. Cool, 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 cool. Glad I built it over here where there's just a tiny area and not on any of my more developed areas. Like, if I had started the fire over here and just nuked all of this. Oh, that would have sucked. All right, what did we get? We have an arboretum. Uses the ash to create a forest. Can only be built on a burnt building husk. Ooh, that is an interesting way. So I really like this. So normally in a lot of games, you know, the fact that your buildings are destroyed is seen as a detriment. You know, you try and maximize around not losing buildings a lot of the time. But the fact that they actively, no, you actually need to purposefully destroy your buildings. Or another way of thinking of this, like, hey, yeah, you destroyed a building, but you can still reuse it. That is just really amazing design, and I feel it really works with the themes this game is going with, as far as the idea of ecological rebuilding, restoration. Even the buildings we're using to give greenery will be destroyed, and they'll come back again in a different form, perhaps. Hey, Dreki just popped in, but I mean, I just said, no problem, tapes. Have a fantastic and rejuvenating eep. Man, I don't know why it lagged putting the that little GIF there. That's weird. Hydrate and stretch. I can do that. Ugh. Yes, plan the snake invasion. Exactly, Empress. Exactly. Yeah, the whole reason we are transforming this wasteland into an environment is for all of the snakes to return. Ooh, reduces the cost of some buildings. All right, so let's actually build this first. Let's put this here because this is wasted space anyway. Constructing a research center makes reclamation easier. As you learn the basics of restoration, you need to address the regional climate. The climate is defined by these attributes. Right now, we are only interested in humidity, but there will be changes in the future. All right? Reaching certain thresholds of attributes will have a broad effect on the environment. All right? Buildings that grow plants, like an irrigator or beehive, are also affected by regional climate attributes. Many buildings modify the climate slightly, but some, like this cloud seeder, change it significantly. Cultivating the right climate is an important step to your reclamation journey. Good luck. What a fantastic introduction in the game. You know, gives you this tool. We're building, we're building, we're building. You hit a threshold, introduces a little bit more complexity, you know, reveals some more of the game at a time. Very good, very good. Okay, before I check out some of those other things, let's build the arboretum. We kind of jumped the horse. Look at all those trees. Look at all them trees. We're sitting at ideal conditions. Very nice, very nice. Hey, Sodor. I hope you have a fantastic time foraging. We are certainly providing a very ample area for you to find berries and all sorts of other deliciousness while foraging. Now, I could build another arboretum over here. That will actually decrease our forest percentage. Minus 41. Why would this decrease? Hold on. Oh, it doesn't decrease our forest. It's reducing the money we get. Ooh, we get bonuses from ideal conditions. All right, so surrounding water and ocean to encourage cloud formation and increase ambient humidity. All right, so we put it on a rock. It needs power, increases humidity. All right, so what's our humidity? But 50, we get ferns on the riverbanks. No, at greater than 55%. Greater than 70%, things will rain. All right, so our next goal is the humidity. Actually, let's get our forest up. And to do that, we need to start another burn. And I think this island is a perfect spot. We're gonna put this up here. And then we are going to burn down there. Now, the fact that things get burned on the ground, but things on rocks are fine, certainly makes a lot more sense as far as, you know, how some of the things go. All right, so we have plenty of ashy nutrients. Build a forest over here. And then we are short our forest. I see. Dreki, you done mucked up.